Welcome everyone to this webinar on complete Microsoft 365 resiliency for enterprise business. My name's James and I'm the backup product manager here at Synology UK. Now this is actually part 3 of our mini series focusing on Active Protect. And of course today we're focusing on Microsoft 365. Why are we doing that? Well, Microsoft 365 is the go-to productivity platform for millions of users worldwide, with over 400 million users on a daily basis. However, with the rise of Microsoft 365, the number of attempts to attack or breach the platform has increased, along with the severity of those attacks increasing too. Microsoft 365 offers a complete productivity set of tools, and its built-in protection mechanisms may not actually be sufficient to meet the needs of modern enterprises. And so we need to understand what Microsoft themselves recommend when it comes to protecting your data. Now, this is in 2 parts. So there's a shared responsibility model, which helps their customers understand where Microsoft's responsibility ends and their customers begins. The model clearly displays that responsibility for protecting your data ultimately lies in your hands and not in Microsoft. So what does Microsoft provide? Well, they are responsible for maintaining the infrastructure of its services, ensuring it's accessible and protected from server-side issues. The other side we need to look at is data retention for compliance. Now, retention is primarily designed to prevent accidental or malicious deletion, but if the retention period is exceeded, the data will still be permanently deleted. If a user manually deletes data and empties the recycle bin, or if the system is attacked by ransomware, Microsoft 365's built-in retention mechanisms may not always be able to recover all the data. Another aspect is the version control features provided by 365 are limited. So for example, SharePoint and OneDrive allow users to restore from previous versions, but they cannot ensure complete historical records or quickly recover the entire environment. And lastly, also many enterprises need to comply with regulations such as GDPR or HIPAA to ensure that data can be stored long-term and accessed at any time. While 365's retention policies offer some compliance features, they may not meet all regulatory requirements. And so if we compare Microsoft 365 native protection mechanisms with a backup solution, we can see that a backup gives us a much more complete protection strategy, keeping all data isolated, complete, and available when needed. In addition to meeting enterprise backup data protection needs, compared to Microsoft 365's backup solutions, Synology Active Protect also includes a comprehensive mechanism that allows enterprises to easily manage backups while ensuring the security of 365 data. We've broken this down into a few key areas. First and foremost, we'll talk about no more data silos. So Active Protect works seamlessly to ensure cross-platform workloads throughout your entire organization, ensuring comprehensive protection for your solutions. This unified approach simplifies management and strengthens the overall data protection strategy. And furthermore, Active Protect also is compatible with a wide range of Microsoft 365 plans, including business, enterprise, education, and Exchange Online. This broad compatibility makes it a versatile choice for organizations of varying Microsoft 365 environments. Active Protect also safeguards critical business across OneDrive files, Exchange emails, and SharePoint document libraries and lists. It also protects Teams one-on-one chats, an often overlooked but essential component, helping prevent data loss and ensure compliance. For workload protection, Active Protect offers a flexible protection strategy, allowing enterprises to define backup frequency based on their SLA and also customize retention periods according to regulatory or audit requirements. For long-term data retention needs, Active Protect also provides advanced retention rules such as GFS, enabling enterprises to flexibly retain critical data over an extended period. To simplify the backup process across all workloads, Active Protect also offers automatic protection. Simply set up your backup rules and the system will automatically protect both existing and new objects that match your criteria. Similarly, when protected accounts, sites, or teams are removed from 365, they will no longer be backed up, and any previously backed up data will be archived on designated backup servers according to your retention policy. This seamless approach ensures effortless protection whilst maintaining synchronization with the source 365 tenant. The next aspect we need to look at is the security of the backups. So Active Protect employs multi-layer security mechanisms to protect credentials, data, and systems. When setting up a Microsoft 365 backup, a domain account is required to establish the connection. And for enhanced security, Active Protect doesn't solely require on the domain account for ongoing access. Instead, it uses a certification key to obtain an access token, creating a secure connection between 365 and the Active Protect appliance. This approach protects user credentials by avoiding direct access to domain accounts, and the certification key is encrypted and secured solely on the Active Protect appliance, preventing unauthorized use. To further minimize risks, the access token is then used during backups is time limited, reducing the chance of potential exposure. Active Protect backup copies also feature with flexible destination options to meet different needs. For long-term retention and scalability, backups can be replicated to object storage or a Synology NAS. And if fast recovery is the priority, backups can be stored on another Active Protect appliance, ensuring quick restoration when needed. Beyond data replication, Active Protect also includes immutable protection through integrated worm and object lock features, which automatically secure both local and offsite backups. Unlike other vendors that enforce a fixed immutable lock duration for the entire storage destination, Active Protect aligns the lock period with the protection plan's retention policy. This not only helps reduce manual intervention, but also optimizes storage usage. To further enhance data security and integrity for backup copies, Active Protect utilizes both client-side encryption and worm storage. Client-side encryption ensures your data is fully encrypted when it leaves your premises, preventing unauthorized access during transit. And this also encrypted data is then stored in worm or write once read many storage at a remote location. Worm technology guarantees the integrity of your backups by preventing any deletion or modification for a specified retention period. And this provides an extra layer of protection against malicious attacks targeting backup data. Lastly, the physical security, starting with firewall settings. Active Protect uses a default allow list that permits only necessary ports. For additional security, you can customize IP allow lists to control access to specific Active Protect appliances. And after setting up user authentication, you can assign permissions to control each user's access level according to their tasks. Active Protect uses granular permission delegation based on the principle of least privilege, and this ensures users can only access what they need for their work, enhancing security while maintaining operational flexibility. Active Protect offers multiple authentication methods for secure user access, and it supports standard username password login, as well as domain and LDAP integration for centralized authentication. For enhanced security, Active Protect provides single sign-on and multi-factor authentication, with single sign-on allowing users to access multiple services with single set of credentials, multi-factor authentication strengthening security by requiring additional verification steps beyond passwords. Super admin accounts, which have the highest privileges, require two-factor authentication to protect critical system settings and sensitive data. And through these varied authentication options, Active Protect maintains a careful balance between accessibility and also security, safeguarding backup environments from unauthorized access. Once we've taken that backup, we need to know that we can recover from it. And so regular restoration drills are essential for validating your recovery strategy, with Active Protect streamlining this process for Microsoft 365 data by enabling restoration to new locations. You can use test accounts and folders to verify data integrity without impacting your live production environment. And additionally, this safe and controlled approach works seamlessly with 365 built-in ransomware defenses, adding an additional layer of assurance. After ensuring data recoverability, Active Protect offers granular restoration options for your Microsoft 365 data, allowing you to recover specific items like Exchange emails, OneDrive files, and even Teams one-on-one chats. And this precision ensures you can restore exactly what you need. Also, all backed up data can be easily exported for auditing or compliance purposes. To streamline recovery operations and also empower end users, Active Protect features a self-service portal. IT administrators can assign restore permissions to individual employees, letting them recover their own data without IT intervention. This self-service capability helps reduce the IT management overhead while improving recovery efficiency. Let's actually take a look at how my alter ego, Emily, can actually utilize this. So here you can see an email that I sent to Emily, and unfortunately they've clicked delete rather than open. But not to worry, we can just open up the self-service restore portal. So if we put in the address of the Active Protect device, now of course this could be a domain account, domain address. However, here we've just got the IP address, and then we can use our logins to sign into this platform. We'll put the password in now. There we go. And then we can choose what we want to restore from. So here, an email, so under Exchange, we can then choose the backup version we want to restore from, find our email in our inbox, and we can then select Restore, choosing to restore selected mail to inbox. Once we're happy with all of the settings, we'll click Restore, and we can then view the process here by clicking View, where we can see it's already been successful. So if we go back to 365, we can then open the email and we can see that Synology is going to be exhibiting at the MPTS show in 2 weeks' time on the 14th and 15th of May at the Kensington Olympia Exhibition Centre. So if you want to come along, please do feel free to. We'll be really good to see you there. In addition to simplified backup setup processes and robust backup securities, daily maintenance and management with Active Protect are also highly efficient. On the workload list page, all protected targets are clearly displayed, showing the applied protection policies, backup destinations, and even whether the data has been backed up to an offsite location. If a company policy change requires all sales emails to be converted into a protection plan, IT admins can easily make the adjustment in just 3 steps: search for the group, filter the results, and apply the protection plan. This ensures that even with future policy changes, IT teams can effortlessly maintain and comply with backup SLAs. Considering that users do not frequently check the system for monitoring, email notifications are sent immediately when errors, important events, or warnings occur. And from issues like backup failures to major incidents, such as backup servers disconnecting, users will be notified promptly. Additionally, for cases like upcoming expiration of Active Protect licenses, users will receive early notifications to ensure they have enough time to take necessary actions. Furthermore, post-event analysis and audits are crucial for enterprises, and to avoid this need, to address this need, we provide a log forwarding feature, allowing IT teams to centralize log monitoring in one place. Additionally, users can download activity logs as reports to view, to review, pass backup, and restore activities, including execution times and results. For large-scale enterprises, backing up a high number of Microsoft 365 accounts often requires deploying multiple backup servers to ensure stable backup performance. However, this comes at the cost of IT management efficiency, as admins need to manage backup tasks across multiple servers separately. To simplify enterprise management of multiple appliances across different sites and optimize backup resource allocation, we provide a centralized solution that streamlines operations while maintaining performance and reliability. With Active Protect, you can consolidate and manage your backup appliances in one place, effortlessly create and manage custom protection plans, monitor up to 150,000 workloads, and perform backups, check each server status, or retrieve data from offsite locations, all from a single interface. And so, to recap, we've obviously taken a look at the data silos, pooling all of the protection plans together, secure backups, making sure that we're able to actually do those backups securely, confident restoration, that both our IT teams and our personnel know how to recover when they need to, and the simplified management, allowing you to pull all of that management into one place for ease. However, when implementing a Microsoft 365 data protection solution, enterprises must carefully evaluate the protection costs, as many commercially available solutions often have pricing models that contain hidden pitfalls. Synology Active Protect has the lowest total cost of ownership in the industry, and this is because it offers a simple and transparent pricing model, ensuring no hidden costs for 365 data protection. With pre-configured hardware and software, organizations can choose models based on data volume. Licensing is also based on backup server nodes, with 3 free nodes per Active Protect cluster. So as your organization grows, only additional backup servers and their corresponding licenses need to be purchased, with no need for multiple licenses for specific versions or features. When selecting a 365 backup solution, many enterprises are drawn to vendors claiming to support backups of the 4 major 365 services. However, in reality, these vendors' pricing models and feature scopes often hide subtle pitfalls that are not immediately apparent. When selecting a 365 backup solution, many vendors claim to support Teams backup, but most only cover channel conversations. To truly protect all Teams data, backup solutions need to provide support for private chat and group chat as well. And additionally, some vendors rely on Microsoft API tools for Teams backup, which are often billed per message, meaning higher message volume can lead to additional cost, meaning storage costs are another factor to consider, as many backup solutions charge per Microsoft 365 accounts, but storage fees are not typically included. So some vendors may impose storage limits with additional charges if those limits are exceeded. Lastly, most vendors calculate costs based on all Microsoft 365 accounts, even inactive or low usage accounts, resulting in unnecessary extra fees for organizations. For example, with Microsoft 365 backup on Active Protect for 3,000 accounts, you can save on average 10 times the implementation cost compared to other solutions. So whether it's licensing fees or additional charges, Synology offers a more competitive price, ensuring data security while significantly reducing overall investment costs. For different use cases, there are desktop and rack-mounted models. And for smaller deployments, the desktop model is ideal, while data centers who need centralized management, this is supported through Active Protect on the DP7400 model. Procurement is also simplified. Just select the appropriate model based on the backup source volume and to ensure the optimal performance. And then all hardware and software configurations come preloaded and are always accurate. So all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for listening. If you do have any projects at the moment where you feel Active Protect would be really useful, please do feel free to get in touch with either myself or one of my team using the link on screen now or the QR code. And otherwise, thank you very much for watching.